This is Newcap News.
Well, the City of Lloydminster has approved the budget for 2018. The city is currently anticipating a small surplus. However, property taxes will increase. After seeing a decrease in revenue, the city anticipates needing to raise total property taxes by $6.5 million.
Basically on a $350,000 assessment, and that's I guess sort of an average in our city. It comes out to $29 a month, or basically $1 a day for a tax increase is what's expected.
The city is also changing how it funds its operations in order to build up emergency reserves, as current reserves are extremely low.
What happens if the unexpected happens? We have a $166,000 operational reserve today. That's it. So we want to move away from supplementing the operations with revenues that truly aren't operational revenue. The city's done very well in the land sale business, but at the same time that money wasn't put aside for future land sale development, because land has to be bought. We don't have an endless supply of raw land that we can just sell.
The city expects to spend approximately $79 million next year while maintaining a $600,000 surplus. Well, every year, several Lloydminster residents agree to be locked up, ready to survive in a kennel with animals to help raise money for the SPCA. Connor Chan has the story.
Being stuck in a kennel for 12 hours may seem like a punishment, but for these local community members, it's much more. They're in there for the annual SPCA Jail and Bail, which is one of the biggest fundraisers for the SPCA.
This is an opportunity for local celebrities, business owners, leaders in our community to support the SPCA and collect donations while they are locked up with some of our animals for from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So 12 hours of cuddles and lots of attention from the animals and back to them. So it's a really fun day for us and a great way to keep the holiday spirits going just before Christmas here.
Some of the notable inmates include Kurt Price, who's participated in the event since day one, and first-time thug, Newcap TV's own Mikaela Henschel.
The first year we started, the goal was only $400. And then we've had some fantastic years to help out the SPCA. And now that the economy's picking up again, we sure hope that people will donate. Well, it's important that somebody takes care of these abandoned animals. That's why I keep doing it each and every year.
It's my first time, and I'm just looking to help raise money for the local SPCA they do such great work with the animals all year round, so any way that I can help, I'm happy to do so. I'm loving being in here with these two guys. They're so friendly, and I love cats, so I'm going to be in here most of the time.
The event last year raised $25,000, though no goal is set for the Jail and Bail. For the amount of animals the SPCA takes care of each year, donations are always welcomed, with every dollar making all the difference.
Whatever we end up with, we're always happy because it does so much to help, and every dollar counts, and anyone that just even donates a little bit means so much to us.
Connor Chan, Newcap News.
Well, Lakeland College dairy students are celebrating a coveted award for their milk. The standard is 15,000 IBC, or individual bacteria count, which is an indicator of cleanliness of the equipment. Tom Kutstra, chairman of Alberta Milk, says the award recognizes the top quality milk producers in Alberta.
They need to have 200,000 or less somatic cells. Somatic cell counts would be an indication of cow health, udder health, and they cannot have any inhibitor violations, and they need to maintain a freezing point of less than 0.53.
Freezing point monitoring is an indication of water adulteration in the milk. About 1/4 of the membership has received this award. Lakeland College has been awarded 7 times, and that was before the new dairy center came online.
The staff, the instructors at Lakeland College have done an excellent job in emphasizing the importance of best practices, the importance of maintaining milk quality.
Alberta Milk gives out this award every fall. Well, sitting down to a scrumptious Christmas dinner is a week away for families in Lloydminster, which can provide some stress when trying to manage your diet. In this week's Healthy Living, Josh Ryan looks at some easy ways to enjoy reasonable holiday indulgences.
Worrying about how many cookies to snack on or how much turkey you'll eat is normal during the Christmas season. However, there's plenty of options throughout the day to satisfy your taste buds and your body.
Every place you go to, there's always a vegetable platter, there's always a fruit platter. So just make sure you take some of the fruit and some of the veggies as you're taking a cookie or two.
The first step is to avoid trying to save for calories later in the day by shrinking earlier meals.
That's really hard on our blood sugar levels. It's really hard on just your hunger signals and your metabolism and just how your body's actually able to regulate that food intake coming in all at once.
Instead, stick to regular meal habits and have a snack before the big dinner.
Then you're not sitting there starving and all of a sudden you're getting there and you want everything you see.
An easy way to begin the day is a bowl of oatmeal and mix in other nutrients through berries and seeds.
That's the best carbohydrate to fill you up, expand inside your stomach, and give you enough energy for your day.
At prime time, it's still quite possible to have a high-quality meal with the choices available.
Turkey is a really great lean source of protein. There can still be a high vegetable consumption, and there can still be a quality choice of carbohydrates, either in the form of a sweet potato or regular potatoes, or if it's a homemade dinner bun.
And when it comes to the sweet tooth, your best bet is to focus on what you enjoy the most.
Like if pumpkin pie is the thing that they are just anticipating and looking forward to the most, enjoy it, have it, savor it, and you're going to feel more satisfied.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
When it comes to preparing for the upcoming 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea, good competition for the Canadian women's Olympic hockey team is tough to come by. But that's what happens when you're the best in the world at what you do. Thankfully, this is where the ESO series comes in. Lance Phillips with more on how the team feels about its progress with the series nearing an end.
After a competitive 4-1 victory against the Lloydminster Midget AAA Bobcats nearly a week ago, the women's national team has struggled in 2 straight losses to Leduc and Red Deer. Yet despite those losses, the women's team is pleased with where they're at.
I think it's kind of funny thinking back to where we were in September and starting this whole journey and kind of just getting out the little kinks, you know, and I think now we're kind of playing a complete game and full 60 minutes of hockey.
I think we're playing with a lot more confidence and, more physical. We're kind of figuring out, what we can and can't do out there. And it's great playing the boys. Like they appreciate it, and they're putting up some great games against us and really getting us ready.
There's little aspects of our game that we can continue to get better at, and we're going to definitely harp on those things as we go forward here. We don't have a lot of practice time, but it's things that they have to make sure that they're paying attention to in the games.
For some players, the experience is new, but for others, the 2018 Olympic squad is in a good place compared to the gold medal winning 2014 version.
I think we're further ahead than we were in 2014. I know our record shows that we're further ahead for sure. We had some tough times the last Olympic year, but every team is different, and I don't know if we're a bit younger or not than that year, but lots of energy, and that's always great to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think to look back on the process and kind of the evolution of this team and the different pieces and how they're being put together now, I think it looks really good.
With 7 games left in the ESO series, off-ice work has as much focus as the on-ice product, given the hefty schedule the team has dealt with since September.
The girls just need to do a good job of making sure they take care of themselves. Like all the little things they do in terms of their recovery, what you see right here is just so important for them to be able to continue to be at their best day in and day out.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports.
From humble beginnings, a breed of cattle from our area is now flying the maple leaf down under. In this week's Agriculture Report, Gerard Lampow meets the area producer who is making a speckle in Australia.
That was the biggest speckle bark show that's been held in the world so far.
David Jonah and his wife Arlinda spent 3 weeks observing cattle operations in Melbourne, Australia this year. The highlight of his trip was meeting with speckle park producers who have been buying Canadian DNA to increase their herds and crossing the genetics with other breeds to improve the qualities of the steak. They also took 5 animals to the show.
Won her class and sold for 12 or 13,000 in the sale. and another was second in her class, so they did really well.
It's amazing that a breed of cattle which developed around Hillmond, Maidstone and other areas with the work of people like Bill and Eileen Lamont and was once frowned upon is being craved internationally for its marbling genetics. Jonah was asked to speak at the banquet.
In 1937, 80 years ago, a lady by the name of Mary Lindsay bought a speckled heifer from her dad. The heifer was red and white.
He told the Aussies about Billy Lamont, who got involved in 1962, and as well the commercial industry in Canada and where Speckle Park fits in. But for him to see the scale that it's gone to is a whole other level.
We were at a place, there was 15,000 cows there, and we seen there was probably about 4,000 speckles in that one herd that the guys developed, and lots of them were from one of our bulls.
Jonah feels that Australia is further ahead than Canada when it comes to Speckle Park.
Their herd numbers are so huge, right? They have so many opportunities that we don't have to take the breed to another level quicker.
He says Australia's size makes it easier to develop their cattle faster. They are crossing the genetics with the local cattle to develop new traits, like crossing a speckle with a Brahma cow to get an animal which does better in the heat. It's called a brackle, having retained the large ears of its ancestors to help it stay cool. Not that Speckle Park can't handle the heat, but the brackle can go into Queensland where it's even hotter. So what does the future hold?
Well, we need to get more commercial guys using these bulls for sure. You know, I mean, we need to develop the meat market. That's really the secret of this breed, is their marbling ability and their cutting ability.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.